Finally, all dystopian movie lovers out there have something to love again. At long last, another thrilling movie, the Mad Max Saga, has come out, and it's filled with everything an action movie lover could want. This time, they focus on the character Furiosa, hence the movie's name, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Welcome to Galore Techs. Today we're going to deep dive into the tricks used to create the newest installment of Mad Max, starring Chris Hemsworth and Anya Taylor-Joy, and we're going to reveal how imagination and technologies were fused together to create such an epic visual masterpiece. Furiosa is a prequel to the 2015 Mad Max Fury Road, and this long 9-year gap between the two installments has a number of reasons. Firstly, the director, George Miller, was involved in a lengthy legal dispute with Warner Brothers over unpaid earnings from Fury Road, which delayed the prequel's production. He had other projects in the pipeline, plus the complexity of planning and securing that high-caliber casting crew, such as Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. That was a pretty tough job in itself. But at last, it happened, and Furiosa was created with a budget of $168 million. The movie generally got positive responses from the public, but it hasn't managed to leave a big mark on the box office. It barely grossed $171.4 million, which is really just above the filming budget, and it couldn't really turn a profit. The movie was filmed primarily in Australia, with key scenes shot in New South Wales. In fact, it is the most expensive film in Australian history and employed some 3,000 people, including some ex-convicts. These locations provided the perfect backdrop for the post-apocalyptic setting, featuring vast deserts and rugged landscapes. The production also utilized a combination of on-location shooting and studio work to create that immersive world that we know in Mad Max. Now, the team used Arri Alexa LF cameras to film the movie, specifically the Arri Alexa 65. They also used Red's V-Raptor 8K camera and Komodo. It was shot for IMAX by Simon Duggan, who worked as the cinematographer. Now, unlike Fury Road, which was shot in Namibia, Africa, this time around Australia was the primary shooting location, and this meant that many of the background environments of Furiosa had to be created using CGI. The preferred cameras allowed the filmmakers to capture the vast, detailed landscapes and intense action scenes with a pretty stunning clarity. The primary lenses used were the Arri Prime DNAs, including two new 25mm primes which were specifically created for the film. Now, unlike Fury Road, Furiosa uses tons of CGI instead of practical effects. The visual effects in Furiosa were handled by DNEG, and Fury Road's VFX supervisor, Andrew Jackson, who got an Academy Award nomination for his work on Fury Road, well, he came back for Furiosa. And one of the highlight computer effects was how they transitioned child Furiosa into a young woman. George Miller and Andrew Jackson collaborated with Rising Sun Pictures to utilize machine learning to blend the performances of both Anya Taylor-Joy and Elila Brown, who portray the main characters of adult and child Furiosa respectively. To achieve this, Taylor-Joy spent 2 days shooting with Rising Sun, where her facial expressions were meticulously mapped. This data allowed for the modification of Brown's face to gradually resemble Taylor-Joy's more closely as the character aged throughout the film. It's estimated that at the start of the film, about 35% of Brown's face was modified to look like Taylor-Joy's, and that increased to 80% during the final scenes. Taylor-Joy's eyes were also partially modified to go back and look like Brown's. But here's where the production team deserves a round of applause, because the portrayal of the character of Furiosa was executed remarkably well and succeeded in not letting it fall into something called the uncanny valley. This term, it refers to the discomfort or eerie feeling people experience when they see a humanoid object that is almost, but not quite lifelike. Something appearing nearly human, but with imperfections. Now, this feeling easily causes a dip in our emotional response, making the entity appear creepy or repulsive rather than convincing. If the filmmakers had used de-aging technology for Charlize Theron, who played Imperator Furiosa in the previous Fury Road film, it would have left this uncanny valley effect on the audience. Now, a leading tech company called Metaphysic performed a similar function for the Bullet Farmer and blended Lee Perry's facial features to those of the late Richard Carter in Fury Road. Another major scene involving significant VFX is the large-scale battle sequences between rival warlords. These scenes required extensive use of CGI to create that vast, desolate landscape and the various war machines used in those combats. DNEG utilized photorealistic rendering techniques to depict the harsh desert environments and the explosive action sequences. The intricate details, such as the dust clouds and the realistic movement of vehicles, those were all crafted to maintain the gritty realism of what Mad Max is known for. Now, during the film, Furiosa injures her arm and replaces it with a mechanical prosthetic. It looks fascinating, and it's an intricate creation made from various items. The arm is based on a hydraulic system with a small motor, although the motor wasn't used in the film. It has 4 fingers crafted from items like vice grip pliers and wrenches. The forearm also includes brake cables, hydraulic tubes, and vacuum lines, all connected to the cuff just below the elbow. The design combines practical materials and meticulous craftsmanship to achieve a weathered and realistic look. Being an action-packed film, the stowaway sequence is pivotal and ambitious set piece that highlights the film's dedication to practical stunts and intense action. This 15-minute sequence took an astounding 78 days to shoot, involving close to 200 stunt people daily. The sequence is integral to understanding Furiosa's character, showcasing her resourcefulness and grit as she navigates a series of escalating challenges. To bring this sequence to life, the production involved meticulous planning and design. The war rig itself was an engineering marvel, equipped with harpoons, excavator arms, and defensive mechanisms like spinning cones with sharp spikes. The production team, led by art director Jacinta Long and set designer Gemma Awad, created detailed drawings and models, which were then integrated into the stunt team's pre-visualization process. This collaboration ensured the sequence was both visually stunning and physically possible. Now, the production team had a lot of pre-visualization done, which allowed the filmmakers to visualize complex scenes before the actual filming began. This previs was crucial for planning the film's high-octane action sequences and all of the elaborate set pieces. It involves creating rough 3D animations that represent the scenes and helping directors, cinematographers, and other crew members to experiment with their camera angles, their lighting, and blocking in a virtual environment. This process goes on, it saves time and money by identifying potential issues, and then it refines the visual storytelling before moving to costly live-action shots. In Furiosa, the Previs team used advanced software like Autodesk Maya and Unreal Engine. Now, Autodesk Maya is widely used in the industry for creating detailed 3D models and animations quickly. The artists used play blasts, quick renders from Maya, to help visualize story ideas and experiment with different shots. The scene's practical effects were complemented by digital enhancements to ensure seamless integration. For instance, the Mortarflyer's flight required careful choreography with visual effects to blend live-action stunts with CGI, enhancing realism without compromising the practical aesthetic that really defines the Mad Max series. They also made more than 50 vehicles, including hero vehicles like the War Rig and Dementis' monster truck. The exhaustive filming process and the dedication of the stunt team, it really highlights the commitment to creating an authentic and thrilling cinematic experience. Now let's talk about the future of the Mad Max franchise, and to be honest, the future remains uncertain due to the disappointing box office performance for this film. This has led to doubts about the financial viability of future films in the series. Warner Brothers is evaluating the situation, and a sequel will likely depend on home media sales and continued fan interest. Director George Miller has expressed interest in continuing the franchise, but financial considerations will play a crucial role in any decisions made. So tell us, have you seen the movie in the theaters? Do you think it deserves another installment? Will you buy the movie for your home media if it does? That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting Galore Text videos. Thanks for watching.